All right, what's going on? Welcome. We have Ruud and Tsitsipas coming up. We've also got Fernandez Andreeva. They've just played a first set marathon tiebreak, or marathon to get to the tiebreak. And now Andreeva's up a set against Fernandez. And yeah, Ruud Tsitsipas is happening in about 5-10 minutes. But yeah, it's a big day. We've got so much tennis going on. Quarterfinals for the ladies. Fourth round for all the men's matches. Winner of this match will take on the winner of the Sabalenka-Baptiste match, which is coming up tonight. We've also got, on the men's side of things, Ruud Tsitsipas. Winner plays the winner of Cerundolo Blocked, who are playing later. Already got Musetti Fils and Sinner into the quarterfinals tomorrow. We're just waiting for Kopriva and Hodar to play, who are playing after this, to see who plays Sinner. All right, here we go. 15-0. Andreeva serving first in the second. All right, 15-0. Sorry, 15-30. That goes out by Fernandez. And it's 30-0. There's a bit of forehand lob. Nope. The approach was out by Fernandez for Andreeva, and it's 30-40. All right, here we go. Serve again. As the return goes in the backhand of Andreeva. Fernandez up the line. Andreeva with the lob. And the lob goes in. Forehand from Fernandez into the backhand of Andreeva. Lob again. Goes long. All right, and there is the break. Ruud Tsitsipas about to walk out on court. Fernandez breaks. First game of the second. Is Goran coaching Fils? Yeah. Casper, great form recently. Yeah, well, he's been injured recently, but he's come back real strong. One love Fernandez in second. One love. There's a forehand out of the backhand of Fernandez. And that goes in the net by Andreeva. 15 love. Match seems pretty close. I'm not sure why the line is so wide. I can see Stefanos doing well in these conditions. Yeah, I don't know why either. I thought it would have been 50-50. Forehand goes into the backhand slice of Fernandez. Drop shot from Andreeva is good. Fernandez comes back with a drop shot, but Andreeva gets it with a backhand pass. It's 15-0. 15-0. Lehechka Feast is intriguing. Oh, yeah, that's going to be real fun. That'll probably be first match tomorrow, I'm guessing. I think tomorrow's schedule, because it's going to be only quarterfinals, right? Or like half the quarterfinals. So we only got 4 matches on tomorrow. We're going to watch everything from the quarterfinals onwards. That's what we do. But tomorrow, I'm going to guess we're going to get first match is going to be one of the ladies' matches. So probably... Probably Pliskova Potapova first, maybe. Or maybe not, because Potapova played last night, so maybe they give her more time. But either way, it'll be a ladies' match, and then it will be Lehechka versus Feast. The night match with Hodar and Sinner, obviously, a 1,000,000% night match. And then another one of the women's matches will be a night match too. So probably Kostruk, Noskova night match. Then again, Kostruk, Noskova played yesterday. So maybe they'll put Pliskova, Potapova at night just because it's fair for Potapova. I don't know. Maybe. Either way, I think the first match tomorrow, or the day session tomorrow, is probably going to be Feast versus Lehechka. The night session is Sinner. I don't even think, even if Hodar loses today, I think it's still going to be Sinner tomorrow night, right? Sinner Kopriva tomorrow night. Unless Sinner requests day session. 15:40 to get back on serve. Andreeva with a slice. Backhand from Fernandez. Andreeva slice again. Fernandez volleys. It's a winner. 30-40, one save. 30-40. All right, 30-40. Still break back point. (30-40). As Andreeva hits a return out and we get the deuce. I'll tell you, thankfully, Andreeva won that first set, because if she was down a set and a break right now, things could get ugly. All right. As that goes up the line and wide by Fernandez. Advantage on Andreeva. As the backhand return goes into the forehand of Fernandez. Fernandez goes wide. And Andreeva gets back the break. 1-0. (1-1). All right, forehand from Andreeva to the backhand up the line from Fernandez. Slice on Andreeva. Fernandez drop volley winner. Love 15. I want Andreeva to win here on and Roland Garros. Nice. Why are you so somber today? Am I? Love 15. As the return goes out by Fernandez. 15-0. Tsitsipas, Ruud walking out on court. Is Musetti past his prime? No, he's like 22. If you passed your prime at 22, then everyone's lost. That goes out by Andreeva, and it's 15-30. Andreeva's having a lot of words. Ah, 15-30. Andreeva serves. A fault. Second serve. Serving to the forehand of Fernandez. Andreeva backing up the line. Slice Fernandez. Andreeva hits a slice in the net. And she's not happy with the coaching advice. 15-40. And the coaches are all like, why is she yelling at me for? All right, return goes out by Fernandez. One save, 30-40. All right, Tsitsipas Ruud on court. One's wearing blue, one's wearing red. Which I appreciate them both wearing completely different outfits. As Andreeva, Andreeva hits it out. She gets broken. Andreeva thought about smacking the ball into the crowd, but then changed her mind, luckily. Because if she had done that, she would have got a code violation for sure. But she was like so ready to just belt that ball into the crowd. And then she stopped and just yelled at her coach instead, which doesn't get you in trouble unless you say bad words. All right. All right. What if tennis players didn't have coaches? Would Sabalenka and Sinner be number one? Didn't have coaches at all? I mean, if how would you even... Every sport has coaches. Why would this... You mean coaching or coaches? In general? Or do you mean not allowed to say anything during matches like the old days? How would they even know how to play tennis if they didn't have a coach? YouTube. Why is Mirra crashing out? I mean, she's obviously not feeling like she's in a good place, in a good situation in this match, right? In the place in this match. In general, I mean, no sport. How would any sport be any way with no coaches? How would you know how to play the sport if you don't have somebody teach you? All right, 2-1. It's Fernandez with the break again. We've had 3 breaks in this set already. You think the altitude favors Tsitsipas? Maybe. Ruud is the defending champion, right? I mean, as much as we talk about Jannik Sinner will win this event, the defending champion is Casper Ruud. So, he should be the favorite because he is defending champion. By the way, wind is really kicked up as well, which is going to make it super awkward for everybody. Fernandez serves. And Andreeva returns the forehand to Fernandez. Fernandez hits it wide. Wow. That ball was going crazy in the wind. Love 30. Fernandez hit a decent forehand, but it just got taken and thrown out wide. Yeah, the wind is really going nuts right now. Love 30. Fernandez with the serve. Into the backhand of Andreeva. Forehand of Fernandez. Into the backhand of Andreeva. Lob. The lob goes in. To the forehand of Fernandez. Andreeva backhand again. The forehand of Fernandez. Passing shots in the net. It's love 40. Is Cam's pick Steph in 3? No, it's Ruud in 3. All right, break points for for Andreeva to get back on serve. As that forehand goes wide by Fernandez. 4 breaks to start the second. It's been an ugly start to the second set. All right. Back on serve, 2-2. As Andreeva on the attack, puts it away, 15 love. Nice hitting from Andreeva. All right, 30 love. As the return goes back into Andreeva. Slice from Fernandez is good. Andreeva hits it up the line. And Fernandez on the stretch hits it in the net. And it's 40 love. First serve's a fault, second serve. As a return goes out by Fernandez, and finally somebody holds. It's 3-2 Andreeva. She takes the lead. Finally somebody holds. All right, 3-2. Here we go. Ruud and Tsitsipas are about to begin. Ruud serve first. I'm going to go Ruud in 3. All right, serve again from Ruud. Into the backhand of Steph. Return goes into the forehand of Ruud. Forehand from Steph again, the forehand of Ruud. Now Steph with the backhand. Goes long. And it's love. 15 love. It's just love, chat. Everybody just have fun. We're all friends. Everybody be friendly to each other. Yeah, I'm not picking Steph in 3. I'm picking Ruud in 3. 15 love. Serve the forehand of Steph. Return. Goes long. 30 love. Ruud could be tanking rest for French and Wimbledon. He wants to be competitive in majors. No. Ruud doesn't give a shit about Wimbledon. So why would he be tanking Madrid? What do you mean? That's not even... That's no. No. Also, are you saying that because you bet on Steph? So you're trying to, like, create a reason why Ruud wouldn't... Like, why Ruud should lose this match? Because he needs to be ready for Wimbledon? I feel like you're reaching with that one. But, look, if you bet on Steph because he was good odds and you're like... You want Ruud to be ready for Wimbledon and give Steph the win? Okay, fair enough. But I feel like it's a little biased. Ruud holds 1 love. But if you know anything about Ruud, he does not care about Wimbledon. Grass is for golf, all right? He ain't tanking Madrid to play on grass, unless he's tanking to play golf. All right. By the way, 1.5 hours played. Also, battle of the dads as coaches. coaching dads. Ruud and Tsitsipas. It's in the net by Fernandez, 15-0. Tsitsipas to serve. He's been serving great this week. But he serves a fault this time. Second serve. Second serve in the backhand of Ruud. Forehand from Steph. Again, the backhand of Ruud. Steph with the forehand. Winner, cross court. All right, 15 love. Are you watching the arena game? Yeah, she's coming up in like 5 hours. But we're definitely watching Sabalenka for sure. All right, serving the backhand of Ruud. Forehand from Steph. That's a winner. 30 love. As Fernandez gets to 30-15. Slice from Andreeva is good. Fernandez forehand is a winner. 40-15. Steph serving the backhand of Ruud. Return goes into the forehand of Steph, who shanks the approach. 30-15. You want a Ruud versus Sinner final? That'd be good. That'd be a good final. Can you imagine if Ruud beats Sinner in that final, though? That would be crazy. I want a Ruud Zverev semi. That would be awesome. Winner plays Sinner that would be fun. That'd be a fun combination of matches. Double fault for Fernandez, 40-30. All right, Steph serves a fault, second serve. Serving to the backhand of Ruud. Serving volley from Steph, and the volley's great. All right, nice work, Tsitsipas, 1-1. Solid. Fernandez holds 3-0. Three all in the second. All right. Andreeva in the net. As it gets to 15-0. So 15-30, Andreeva in trouble again. As we get a serve again. Into the forehand of Fernandez. A backhand from Andreeva again to the forehand of Fernandez, but Andreeva hit it long, 15-40. Fernandez to break again. As the return goes out by Fernandez, one saved. 30-40. As Andreeva backhand. No, that goes out on the return from Fernandez. And we get to deuce. 40-15 Ruud, by the way. As he looks to take the lead again. As he serves a let. Andreeva with a beautiful lob. Up goes a lob by Fernandez, but it's not going to make it. It's going to go wide. Advantage Andreeva to go to 4-3 in the second. All right, return goes into the net by Fernandez, and Andreeva, with a big scream, gets to 4-3 in the second. Ruud holds. He goes to 2-1 in the first set. All right, Andreeva is fired up. I tell you, Andreeva could have seriously been out already of this match because, Fernandez was solid. And she was up a break in both these sets. She's been up multiple breaks at times. But Andreeva has been, even though she looked like she's going to break rackets and throw them, she's been very clutch. Ruud would have to place Zverev in the semis? Yeah. A huge mental win for Mirra? Yeah. She's had a few of those, though, this year, where she's looked mentally out of it, and she's like I said 12 months ago, would have lost those matches. She's been really good like that. Ruud Caboli semis? Maybe. All right. 4-3 Andreeva in the second. It's on serve still. Let's see what Fernandez can do here. She serves a fault second serve. Serving to the backhand of Andreeva, backing up Fernandez, and Andreeva back into the net. That's 15 love. Uh, 15 love. As the forehand goes into the slice of Andreeva, and then Fernandez forehand goes long, 15-0. All right, 15-0. So Tsitsipas at 30-15. All right, 15-30. A chance for Andreeva to possibly get a break point here. And if she breaks, she'll serve for the match. All right, 15-30. Andreeva is looking at a second serve here. First serve missed by Fernandez. Second serve. Oh, double fault Fernandez. All right. Andreeva's got break points. to break and serve for the match. $15.40. Tsitsipas hits a lovely forehand in the open court, 2-0. He levels as Fernandez forehand to the slice of Andreeva. Fernandez backhand, slice to the slice of Andreeva. Forehand of Fernandez again, the forehand of Andreeva up the line. Slice from Fernandez again. Andreeva backhand up the line to the slice of Fernandez. Andreeva backhand up the line, winner. There's the break. 5-3. Andreeva's going to serve for the match. Musetti lost to Lehechka this morning. So he is out. All right, Ruud, 15 love. All right, Andreeva serving for the match. As the return goes into the slice of Andreeva, in comes Fernandez. Andreeva with a pass. Oh, just missed. Love 15. All right, love 15. As we got a fault second serve. As the return goes in the front of Andreeva. Fernandez backhand to the front of Andreeva. Sliced. And long by Andreeva. Love 30. Love 30. Serve to the back of Fernandez. Return is shanked. Goes long, 15-30. 40 love for Ruud, by the way. As he looks to get the lead back. 15-30. All right, serving to the forehand of Fernandez. Return goes backhand of Andreeva. Fernandez up the line, forehand. Slice from Andreeva goes in. Fernandez slice backhand. Andreeva pass is a winner. 30-0. 2 points away, Andreeva. This would be a great win too because, like I said multiple times, she has been in trouble. But she's been able to get out of it. And then she serves out wide. Return goes short. The volley's too good from Andreeva. And she's got match point to make the semifinals of Madrid. And to wait to see who she plays between Baptiste and Sabalenka, who are playing tonight. All right, Andreeva serves. A fault. Second serve. Serving to the forehand of Fernandez. Backhand goes in from Andreeva to the forehand of Fernandez. Andreeva slice. Fernandez comes in with the backhand and hits a lovely drop shot winner. We get the deuce. All right, lovely drop shot from Fernandez. Deuce. Ruud 3-2, by the way. Yeah, Musetti lost. He lost to Lehechka in straight sets. All right, serving the back of Fernandez. Return goes into the front of Andreeva. Fernandez slice in the net. Andreeva with another match point. Now she serves again. And Fernandez misses the return. Andreeva is into the semis. She's going to take on Sabalenka or Baptiste. Fernandez had another good run, though. Another good run, losing to a top 10 player on clay. And it was a competitive match. She definitely had a chance there to take that first set. Probably should have taken the first set with the set points. But Andreeva gets it done. And she is into the semis. Considering yesterday, she was like, I'm going to lose this match. I'm not going to win. She wins that match. She wins today. She's into the semis on Thursday. So, great mental recovery from Andreeva. All right, Tsitsipas with a lovely volley. He's at 40 love. Ruud and Tsitsipas are just holding super easy at the moment. All right, let's merge these streams so we can keep it going. We're going to keep watching the men's match. Jumping over. Good win, though, by Andreeva. Definitely seems like she's maturing in this season. And just not letting herself down by getting upset and getting angry and throwing matches away out of frustration, right? But she wins 7-6, 6-3, and she's into the semis. We'll see who she plays later. All right. All right, 15 love Ruud. By the way, chat, let's just point out the obvious again. What is this schedule? The fact that Hoda and Capriva are not starting for another hour is criminal. Like, what are they doing? This schedule, can we get better? Like, how are we waiting for another hour until the next match? And then you got to wait another, 2 hours till the next match. Like, Sabalenka starts in 5 hours and they're going to play one match in between. How does that make sense? I'll tell you, Madrid isn't a bad tournament, but the schedule is making it hard. Like, it's making it really, the daily schedules, come on now. Come on. I get it, siestas and whatever, but, tennis is not a Spanish sport. It's a world sport. You gotta get with the times of the world. There's more people watching on TV than in the stadium. We can't be pandering to the locals for this, we got siestas and stuff. Okay, cool. But there's a lot of people that are, it's midnight here. It's 11 p.m. in Australia. There's play all around the world. We're all waiting for the next match. Now we go, wait now because you have to have a nap? What are we doing? What's going on? How are we not going back to back to back? It's crazy. These breaks in center court schedule is madness. Tomorrow's going to be worse because tomorrow they're going to be this match at this time and this match at this time. And we're going to do one match, 1 hour break, one match, 2 hour break, one match, two. We need a flow of the on the center court. It's got to go. You got to just do this and then this. You can't be doing this, and that. It can't be 3 different start times. Yeah, it's 4-3. Does this schedule apply to the Australian Open too? No, it does. The Australian Open schedule is 11 o'clock, and then I think 2 matches, and then they add a match on if they need to, and then night sessions start at 7 p.m. But in Madrid, it's start at 11. Right? First match at 11. Second match straight after. Actually, no. Sorry, not straight after. It's at 7 o'clock. Sorry. 11 o'clock first match. 1 p.m. second match. Doesn't start before then. So if Sinner played in an hour, we'd have to wait for Andreeva anyway. And then the next match starts at 4 p.m. And then the night session starts at 8 p.m. So it's we've got 4 different start times. When the normal scheduling would be start at 11 and then go, the next match starts after this one. The next match starts after that one. Like, this is like stop, start, stop, start. Like, it's like crazy. Like, luckily, Sinner's match went a little bit longer, because had that have gone the way it was going and it had have only been an hour, then the Fernandez match would have been waiting 45 minutes. We're now waiting for an hour for Hodar. There's no way that Hodar and Kopriva play for 4 hours, because Sabalenka's match is after that, which is at 8 p.m. Like, these are a nightmare. What a nightmare. What if you bought a center court ticket? Like, every hour you have to leave to go do something else. It's like, you can't just sit there and watch matches all day. Like, you have to, like, you sit there and like, oh, I just got here. Now I have to leave. Like, it's so... Imagine if you were like, you didn't know there was a schedule like this, and you went to the Andreeva match, you watched the end of that, and then you were like, oh, now I have to wait another hour? It's madness. Like, it's so janky. Like, why can't it just be start this time, play 3 matches, start this time, play 2 matches? Like, it's crazy. And it's really bad for TV viewership, and I'll tell you why. Because unless people are going to switch the channel and watch Ruud versus Tsitsipas right now, the people that watch Andreeva and they're like, when's Kopriva playing? When's Hodar playing? In an hour. Oh, okay. People are going to leave, not watch it, and then like not watch the match, and then disappear, and then go, oh, I missed it because I went out for the 30 minutes and I forgot it was on. Whereas if it's back to back, you're going to have people glued to the TV and watch, from start to finish. If somebody's like, oh, the next match starts in 5 minutes, you're going to stick around, right? You're going to watch it on TV if you want to. Whereas if you're like, the next match starts in an hour, you're going to go, well, I'm going to go to the shops and I'm going to go hang out with my friend, and then I'm going to come back, and by the time you come back, you've missed half of it. And so, like, you know what I mean? Like, it seems so silly on so many levels. I mean, I don't even know what they do on TV for that hour. Do they play like a replay of yesterday's match, or do they play... What do they do for that hour on TV? Like, how do they fill that hour? 15-all. Maybe they switch over to Tsitsipas Ruud. That's how they keep people on, which is fair enough, because this is a good match. 30-15. But then the people get invested in this match, and then they're going to cut to the Hodar match. They're gonna cut this match off halfway. You're gonna be like, what? All right, 30-15. No match they play replay. Okay, because I don't have tennis channel, so I don't know how they do it. Backhand return goes into the backhand of Steph. Backhand now from Ruud. Tsitsipas backhand up the line. Ruud gets it back with a forehand. Tsitsipas forehand again to the forehand of Ruud on the stretch. Tsitsipas slice. As Ruud gets there with a slice off the tape. Oh, it's a winner. How lucky that is for Ruud. It's 30-all. Man, Steph played a good point. Ruud with some good hustle, but Ruud gets a little bit lucky off the tape. And that was so unlucky for Steph, because he started running for the slice up the line, and the ball kind of hit the tape and went sideways. So Steph was wrong. He was going the wrong way anyway. Anyways, 30-all. Hopefully it doesn't cost him the break. Or a break. He serves a fault. Oh, we got a time violation too. That's so... Muhammad Liani, come on. You be better. Be better. Time violation after that point. Come on now. Good second serve from Steph, 40-30. Steph doesn't even flinch anymore at time violations, but like, come on, that's so dumb. Don't do a time violation at 30-all after a marathon rally. At 4-3? Such an important time. Come on. Give him an extra second. All right, first serve's a fault, second serve. When you say tape, does that mean let cord? Yes. That means net cord, yeah. All right, the Steph double faults. We get the deuce. All right, deuce. Your team's on 1,420. Cool. All right, as Ruud hits a lovely pass. Steph hits it in the net. We got a break point. Advantage Ruud. Advantage Ruud. Great passing shot up the line. All right, Ruud with a break point. Serve. Into the backhand of Ruud. Steph comes in with a smash, puts it away. And we get to deuce. All right, deuce. As we get a fault from Steph's, or is it a let from Steph's? Let. It was a let. All right, serve again. All right, as that goes out by Ruud on the return, it's advantage Steph. Nice serving from Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas serves. Into the forehand of Ruud. Return goes in. Steph forehand up the line. Ruud volleys it wide. All right, Tsitsipas holds. 4-all. 4-all. First trouble on serve, and Steph answered the call. All right, back to Ruud. And Ruud with a good serve. 15 love. Serve again. And Steph returned the net. 30 love. Ruud serves again. Down the tee, the back and Steph. Return the forehand of Ruud. Steph with the forehand lob. Ruud with a bounce smash. Steph puts up another lob. Ruud with a smash. Steph with a pass. Ruud with a volley. Steph with a pass. Oh, it's in the net and Steph fell down, but he's all right. 40 love. Hey, Linda, thank you for gifting a membership. Appreciate that. Thank you for gifting. All right, 40-15. All right, Ruud holds. Good serve. And it's 5-4 Ruud. Tsitsipas going to serve to stay in the set now. Okay. How we doing, chap? How are we? By the way, if you want me to have a look at your team for fantasy, ATP fantasy, let me know, and I'll take a look. Give me your team name, and I'll take a look. And because I think a lot of people, I feel like this week it's either you've had a terrible week or you've had a great week. I don't know if there's many in between. I think it's like, yeah, I have Hodar, or it's like, yeah, I had Berrettini, right? It's like, I feel like it's like, it's either you're doing really well this week or you're really struggling. Unless you have Hodar and Berrettini, and then maybe you're in the middle. Terrible week, lost in Blackjack Online Casino. Yeah, that sucks, but that's not what I was talking about. Mine's so-so. If yours is good, mine's good. Yours bad, mine's bad too. Well, yeah, I'm okay with my team. I'm happy. I think if I can get a score close to Monte Carlo, I'll be pretty pleased. I got 3,000 points in Monte Carlo. Then again, I had Alcaraz and Sinner. But yeah, if I can get I think if I can get 2,500 points to 3,000 points, I'll be pretty okay with that. I'm hoping for more. If Sinner wins, I'll get 2,000 points for him alone. But yeah, if I can get 2,500, 3,000 points, maybe even if I can get more closer to 4, that'd be wild. But Team Amaterasu, okay. Let me have a look. All right, 15 love. Why do you have Alcaraz? Why did you have Alcaraz? All right, 30 love. Did you forget to trade, or did you just leave him on? Why is he capped? Why is he bonus ball? That's crazy. Van der Zanschulp, he didn't even play. Did you forget to do your team? You have 4 free switches. Why didn't you use them? Oh, you've used the same team since Monte Carlo, so you don't play. Okay. You're not bothering. Are you bothered, or do you want to? Why are you not using? Why are you not? You can't change it. Well, you could have last week. Yeah, you could have. Anyways, make trades. Get rid of Alcaraz. He's not playing. Get rid of Alcaraz. Put Sinner as the bonus ball. And then do whatever you want from there. But get rid of Alcaraz. Team is Calum 99. All right, 40-15, by the way, Steph. Okay. You got a decent team. Caboli on the bench must hurt, but that's a good team. Menchik, Cerundolo, Ruud, Musetti. Triple bounce on Sinner's. That's fair enough. All right, 5-0. Steph holds. Yeah, that's a decent team. Darderi was unlucky, and Fonseca on the bench. But Fonseca lost, so that's not bad. It's not bad having him on the bench. My team is Fahos, okay. Oh, the Ruud pick's tough. That one hurts. Ruud, Bergs, Berrettini. I mean, you got Feast. Feast is definitely the player to have if you can get him. Why didn't you use the big switch? You should have used the swing switch when you had, instead of using going minus 150. Unless you're using the swing switch for something else. 15 love. Bergs. Yeah, Bergs was tough. Rublev losing was tough. You're a little unlucky there. Yeah, Musetti lost. All right, here we go. 15 love, Ruud. As Steph returns the forehand of Ruud. Ruud shanks it wide. 15-0. Breaking the Ace is my team name. Okay. You have a lot of cash in the bank. Oh, actually you're lucky. You were very fortunate that you used the alternate. You probably got away with it because you had Bublik and Vachereau combined -20, but you got Hodar on the bench, so that's you dodged a massive bullet. Best thing would have been not to use the alternates and then put like Bublik and Vachereau on the bench, but they've been playing well, so why would you bench them, right? But yeah, the alternate chip is helping a lot. You need Hodar to win today to keep going. But yeah, that's just unlucky because Bublik and Vachereau have been playing well. I don't like getting rid of them would have been, especially Vachereau. Why would you get rid of him? He was playing well. He just had a bad day. Anyway, Steph in the net, 40-15. Pro Bono Fantasy League Mentor. Yeah, I should start charging for this. We'll do one-on-one coaching for on the Patreon. Anyway, 6-5. 6-5. Ruud holds. Anybody else want me to look at their team? I plan to use my alternate chip for Rome. May end up using point penalties to get rid of some injured players. And I would use the triple bounce for Roland Garros. Yeah, I'm holding on to the triple bounce for Roland Garros as well. Putting all my chips on Sinner. And then, I use my alternate chip today. I was going to use it next week, but I thought because Madrid's so random, let's just throw it out there, see what happens. All right, Morven, let me have a look at your team's good though, Morven. We've seen your team a few times. Yeah, you got a solid team. You've got Lehechka, Kapriva. Sorry, not Kapriva. Lehechka, Hodar, Ruud, Cerundolo, Feast, Tabilo, and Fonseca are the only two that haven't. But see, those two covered your -100. So if you didn't make the extra trades, they kind of covered that extra trade, but you've got plus you use the alternates. And Sinner as the bonus ball. Your team is crazy. How many points are you on? You must be on 1 million points. You would be probably for the week. At this stage, if let's say Cerundolo wins, Ruud wins. Feast Lehechka's friendly fire, but one's making the semis, so you guaranteed that. Hodar wins. If Hodar Sinner friendly fire, but again, if you've got 6 players in the quarterfinals out of 8, that's pretty damn good. That's pretty insane. And you're probably going to end up getting a massive score if they all get to the quarters and the semis. And if you've got 3 out of 4 semifinalists, that's going to be an insane score. Love 15. As Steph. Double faults. No, he doesn't. He served an ace. I couldn't see. The crowd's reaction said double fault. The score says 15-0. If those 6 in the quarters, I'm sorted. Even with friendly fire. Yeah, well, you're always going to get that, right? Your whole team is going to meet in the quarters at the latest. Maybe if you're lucky, semis, but yeah, you're going to get at this rate, your score is going to be 3,000-4,000. It's going to be crazy. Probably maybe 4,000, 3,000. which is a huge score when you're not using the triple bonus. If Sinner wins the whole thing, your score is going to be ridiculous. Where are you rated at the moment? So you're 5,931. You'll be, with a massive score, you'll halve that. You'll fly up the rankings. All right, backhand slice. In the net by Ruud. It's 30-0. Steph hanging on. 30-0. The winner of this match takes on the winner of Cerundolo Blocked, who are playing after this. Rune is coming back in a couple of weeks. As the backhand return goes in the net from Ruud. 40-30 Steph. What's this game that you're talking about, Cam? It's called ATP Fantasy. You can go check it out. Go join the league. Our league. Go join it. 40-30. You win actual prizes. It's not just like we're just doing this for... Like, we are just doing it for fun, but you can also win prizes. So it's not like there's nothing at stake. You can win if you do well. 40-30. Serve to the backhand of Ruud. Return goes in the front of Steph. Steph puts it away. All right. Tiebreak. Who's winning the tiebreak, chat? Who you got? Let's see who can take this first set, because nobody could within the set. All right, one love Ruud. One zero Ruud. Steph with a good point, 1-1. All right, serve again, Tsitsipas. Here's a fault, second serve. Serving in the forehand of Ruud. Forehand now from Tsitsipas. Goes wide, and it's 2-1 Ruud. 2-1. All right. As Ruud hits it out, we get back on serve, 2-0. All right, 2-0. Schedule's out for tomorrow. All right, 4-0 from Ruud goes long, and it's 3-2 Tsitsipas. So, okay. What? What a weird schedule. Wow. What? Okay. So Sinner Hodar is on in the afternoon. That must be a Sinner. Sinner's like, I want to play in the afternoon. I'm not playing at night. That's got to be a Sinner. Sinner's. There's no way Hodar. They want Hodar playing in the afternoon on a Wednesday. That's definitely a Sinner's like, I'm the world number one. Feli Lopez. Afternoon session. That's a Sinner's put the number one trophy on the table. Bang! And he's like, I'm playing in the afternoon. I'm not playing the night match. 4-2, they change ends. You know it's true. Like if it's Hodar Sinner and that's on at 4 in the afternoon on a Wednesday, No way the tournament decided that, and no way they're like the number one set. So that's definitely a Sinner. A Sinner. It's got to be Jannik Sinner who's made that decision, and so he should, because he's been playing afternoon all week, right? So he's been playing day session all week. Plus, he's not going to have the crowd to deal with as much during the day because they'll all be having a siesta. So, I mean, yeah, it's the best for Sinner. Like that's who. Like if he's playing Hodar, that's when you want to play. You don't want to play Hodar at night. We saw Fonseca do that. Not fun. Anyway, it's 5-2. But that's very interesting. I think that's uncharacteristic of Sinner. No, I'm not saying that Sinner kicked in the door and said, put me at night or I'm leaving. Or put me on during the day, I'm leaving. Like, I don't think Sinner was like, fighting Feli Lopez and screaming into the office, right? I'm just saying that, like, the reason it's on the afternoon is because Jannik Sinner wants it on in the afternoon. Now, that might be because he said to his coaches and they've passed it on, or Feli Lopez asked him because he's number one. They're like, we'll ask you first, right? But, like, there's no chance in hell that Sinner, that magically happened. There's no way. There's no way that he coincidentally is playing on at that time. Come on. That's not a coincidence. Where's the tinfoil hat? 5-3, by the way. No chance. If you're Jannik Sinner, right? There's no way you're going, yes, I want to play Hodar, potentially, at night. No. He wants to play Hodar during the day. It might also be a little bit of a scheduling thing because the next day, semi-finals and stuff a couple of days later, but still. I'm sure they want to put Hodar on at night, and Sinner's like, I don't think we will. I don't think so. Backhand. Ruud's down a mini break. 5-3 Steph. As Steph shanks it wide and Ruud holds, but it's 5-4 Tsitsipas. 5-4. By the way, Sinner might not have even made the choice. It might have been his coaches who are like, hey, Feli, put him on it in the afternoon. Like, Sinner might not even got asked. Like, his coaches might have just gone, Feli, yeah, we'll play at 4 p.m., please. Darren Cahill might have gone into the office, because they know. They're like, yeah, we want to play during the day. Like, the team want to play. Anyways, Steph serving. He's up a mini break. 5-4. He serves a fault. Second serve. Serve goes into the backhand of Ruud. Forehand from Tsitsipas is a winner. 6-4 Tsitsipas. Sinner just said the press conference he doesn't mind when he plays. He just doesn't agree with the 2 matches late. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, okay. But he might not mind. But there's, he's not going to complain about it. He's too nice of a guy. But there's definitely, he would have had a preference. As with a backhand return, into the forehand of Steph. Ruud, down set point. As Tsitsipas forehand up the line again. Ruud goes cross court. Steph with the backhand. Again to the forehand of Ruud. Steph with the backhand. Into the backhand of Ruud. Up the line is good. Steph with the forehand. Cross court. Ruud's in trouble. The slice goes long. Steph takes the first 7-6. God, this feels like a semi-final. It's crazy, chat. These guys are too good to be playing this early. First set in the bag, Steph. All right. First set, Tsitsipas. The problem is the organization should have just said, we don't care, you'll play at night. What the hell? If I was Spanish and was planning to go tomorrow night after work, I'd be pissed. Yeah, okay. But, who would Feli Lopez and the tournament directors rather deal with? Jannik Sinner, an angry Jannik Sinner and his coaches? Or people that bought tickets months ago because and took the risk? There was no guarantee we were going to get Hodar Sinner anyway. So, the people that if you got a ticket for tomorrow night, you would have got a ticket months ago, right? I mean, who was in the chat? Travis is there? He got tickets probably months ago. Didn't know who was going to be in there. It just so happens that's the way it is. So I reckon the tournament rather deal with like people that bought tickets months ago and like that's the risk you take. Then going, we don't care, Jannik Sinner. We're going to put you at night anyway. They don't want to deal. There's no way they would do that to. They don't want to piss off the players. And that way, they'd rather deal with an angry crowd. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Travis, you're going tomorrow, aren't you? Yeah, you got. I mean, that's very unlucky that you didn't get to watch. Hodar Sinner should have been at night. I think it should be at night, by the way. But yeah, that's not. Like I'm actually surprised. I thought the schedule would be the other way around. I thought Pliskova and Sinner would be playing at night, and that Feast Lehechka would be in the day. I'm shocked that's the last match. By the way, Feast Lehechka is a good match though. It's not as good as the Hodar Sinner match. I mean, if Hodar loses, Kopriva Sinner, yeah, that match should be during the day, right? That's not a night match. Feast Lehechka is a great match though, so you'll enjoy that one. And Kostyuk Nozga was a great match too. But yeah, if it is Sinner Hodar, questions will be asked about why is it that during the day. If Hodar wins, conspiracy, tinfoil hats everywhere, like it's going to be a whole thing. It's going to be a whole thing. There's going to be a big discussion. All right, first set in the bag, 7-6 Steph. He takes the first. All right. Steph's going to serve first in the second as well. All right. 30 love as Steph, first game of the second. What's your read on Feast Lehechka quarterfinal? Who wins? What's their head-to-head? I haven't even given it much of a thought. It's probably Lehechka in 3 would be my feeling. They've already played twice this year. Lehechka won both in straights. They played twice this year. It's 1-1. Feast won the first. Lehechka won the second. They've never played on clay. I would lean Lehechka in 3. As much as I want Feast to win, I think Lehechka in 3. Just because, Feast has played a lot. And he's played well. But Lehechka didn't play last week. He played really well, obviously, in Miami. He's made it far here before. So probably Lehechka in these conditions. Yeah, if this was in Rome, I'd probably go Feast. But here, I think this is probably better for Lehechka. But then again, it's at night. So maybe it slows down and maybe it's Feast advantage. It does have a making of like one of those Feast epics like Feast Paul that we got, a couple weeks ago. That Feast Paul quarterfinal in Miami. Kind of has that kind of feeling. It might be like that tomorrow night. All right, Tsitsipas hit the forehand wide. It's love 15. Just missed. All right, there's a backhand slice. And Ruud comes to the net. Up goes a lob. Tweener by Ruud. But Steph with the volley winner. Too good. 15-0. Nice work, Tsitsipas. All right, serve again. All right, 30-15. Nice serve from Ruud. All right, 30-all. Some trouble for Ruud. $30-all. As we serve, fault, second serve. As the return goes into the forehand of Ruud off the tape. So he goes backing up the line. It's too good. 30-40. All right, 30-40. Serve again. Into the back of the Steph. Return goes out. Ruud survives. Deuce. Oh, 1 hour played. We get to deuce. Tsitsipas makes another error on the return. It's advantage Ruud. All right, advantage Ruud. Great serve down the tee. All right, Ruud takes the game. It's 1-0 in the second. All right. Tsitsipas wins the first point, 15-love. Steph with a drop shot, but I think Ruud missed it on the wide return. 30-love. All right, 30-love is with a backhand rally. Ruud again with the backhand of Steph. Ruud again with the backhand, but it goes long, and it's 40-love. All right. Good return from Ruud, 40-15. All right, 40-15 as Tsitsipas. I think that was a double fault or a terrible first serve. No? Yes. All right, 40-15, second serve. All right, double fault that time, 40-30. All right, as that goes out by Ruud on the lob, just. And Steph holds. All right. Tsitsipas takes the lead again. Oh, probably. All right. All right, Tsitsipas holds 2-1. He stays in front in this set. All right, back to Ruud. 2-1. Setting a break for Steph. Sorry, setting a lead, not setting a break. He hasn't broken yet. 2-1. As Ruud serves again. All right, there's a bit of shot long by Steph. I think Steph thought the serve was long. Or no, hit a bad spot in the court. 15 love. As that goes out from Steph on the return, 30 love. All right, as that goes out by... Oh, it was a let, was it? Okay, it was a let. Serve again. Serve again. Here's a fault, second serve. I wanted to go 3. Yeah, me too. great. Ruud, 40 love. All right, 40 love. All right, as Ruud holds, and it's 2-2. Two games all. All right, back to Tsitsipas. I got Ruud on my team, so I definitely want this to go 3. Yeah, I'm the same. I want this to go 3, so then I want Ruud to win, so then I get points for Ruud winning, but also so then Steph's price stays low, and I can get Steph next week for cheap. Because there ain't no way that I'm sitting around not getting Musetti and Steph next week. Like, my team next week is everybody's out, and then I'm bringing in, like, it depends on the draw, obviously, too. But, like, everybody's out, and then I'm, like, restructuring the team. I'm like, Musetti comes in, Tsitsipas is coming in. I might keep Ruud as well because he's been playing great. So like this week as well. So he's been a valiant player. Feast can stay. We got Fonseca. I'll keep him around obviously because Fons, if he gets a decent draw, if he gets a bad draw, then we'll figure that out. But yeah. And then I've got to figure out who else to get on the. Do you get Berrettini in Rome? Is that a thing? I feel like Berrettini's so cheap though. He's like 1 coin, so why wouldn't you get him playing at home? 30-15, Caboli. If Caboli does well this week, is he going to have any gas left in the tank for the home event? I feel like Italians at home is a good strat, or at least a good something to think about. All right, 40-15, Steph. Do you get Lehechka? Do you get Caboli? Do you get Rublev to rebound? Darderi? Maybe you keep Cerundolo? Anyway, Tsitsipas holds 3-2. Do you bring in Hodar? Or is it too late? But you also got to get people who are playing the week after that too, so then you don't have to make any trades before Roland Garros, maybe. I think that might be my strat. Bring in players that are also scheduled to play in Geneva and in Hamburg, so that way I don't have to trade for that week. I can just swap Sinner onto the bench, maybe. I already have Musetti and Tsitsipas, but I'm hoping moving Tsitsipas off the bench. Okay. Well, he'll go up in value, so like at least even if he's on the, even if he doesn't counter your score, he's still valuable. I think Sinner should skip Rome if he wins. This? Nah, he'll keep playing. Bro, Steph kind of good. I thought he was cooked after watching him against Cerundolo and Monte Carlo. Yeah, Steph's great. He's way underranked. He should be way high ranked. But who is playing in Geneva? Let me have a look. So Hamburg, you've got Zverev, FAA, Shelton, Musetti, Caboli, Lehechka, Hashnot, Vachereau. Cerundolo, Fonseca, Rune is coming back, obviously. Hodar's playing the qualies of Hamburg, apparently. And then in Geneva, you've got Fritz, Bublik, Ruud, Tien. That's definitely Ruud's tournament to lose. There's no one in that tournament that I'm like, Ruud doesn't win Geneva. Unless he loses to Fritz, who, is on one. But like Rinderknecht, Mikkelsen, Munar, it's like Geneva is the Ruud Open. Unless Djokovic comes in last minute like last year and says, hey, I want to play. Geneva's also only worth 250 points. So this is I think the first time as that goes out by Tsitsipas 30 love. You've also got to consider if you get a lot of players for Geneva, you better hope they make the final because the same round in Geneva is not going to be worth as much as in Hamburg. So you probably want more Hamburg players anyway, right? You want to get maybe Ruud and then everyone else plays Hamburg and have them. You don't want any players who are playing Geneva maybe because of that price. They get basically double points in Hamburg because they get twice as much. Or is it twice as much per round? Pretty much, right? I mean, I think you get double the points per round. I mean, you make the final of Hamburg, you get more points than the winning Geneva. So, if you've got any of those players in, you've got Norrie, you've got Tien, you've got any of them, it's probably not worth, Tabilo even, Marijan, any of those guys, you probably don't want to have. So maybe I do bring in Hodar. Hodar also can play on grass. He won grass junior tournaments before. All right, we're 3-0. So wait, is Feast not playing that week? Ooh. Feast is not playing Hamburg or Geneva. Interesting. Hmm. 15 love. As Steph hit the line on the serve and Ruud saying the ball's out by this much. Again, another day, another potential Hawkeye mistake. Or at least Hawkeye being told or being called out for making an error. 15 love. A lot of players have been like, the ball is out. It was out by this much. I don't know why Hawkeye said it was in. As Steph in the net, 15-0. Yeah, I think my preliminary team for Rome is Sinner, Musetti, Tsitsipas, Ruud, Feast, Fonseca, Hodar, Cerundolo. And then when we get to Geneva, Hamburg, Sinner and Feast can go on the bench. Hodar and Cerundolo promoted and then work with that team, maybe. And then have the extra 2 trades. So I have 4 trades for Roland Garros. So then I can make my super team. Because there's no way I'm getting rid of Sinner unless he gets injured. Unless he doesn't play, right? I don't care if he gets injured. I'll keep him on the team. As long as he plays, I keep him. 30-15. I was at a 4-4 rally. Back in now from Steph. Is out. 30-0. That's also my plan. I'm going down the same road. Yeah, I'm sure it's the popular road. Because I don't want to trade Sinner when I could just swap him out for the week. Burning a trade just to get Zverev, I don't think is the best move. Just bench him and hope that. I mean, Hodar and Cerundolo hope they get more points. Just picking the bonus ball is going to be tough, though. Who do you pick? You got to pick someone who's going to make it at least the final in Hamburg, right? Return goes into the forehand of Tsitsipas. Steph hits it long. All right, Ruud's got a break point. 30-40. Or do you pick Ruud because you know he's going to win? No, because if he wins Geneva, he only gets 500 points maximum. I mean, there's really only 3 different players you could pick. The finalist of Hamburg, the winner of Hamburg, or the winner of Geneva. They're the 3 picks. If you can get the bonus ball on one of them, you'll do well. Backhand return. Into the forehand of Steph. Ruud with a lob. But it goes long, and we get back to deuce. Tsitsipas survives. All right, nice work, Tsitsipas. All right, Steph with a lovely volley. Advantage Steph. All right, advantage Tsitsipas. Steph comes to the net. Passing shot from Ruud. No good. Steph puts it away. All right. Tsitsipas holds. He's up 4-3. All right. Tsitsipas 4-3. All right. 4-3. Steph keeps the lead. Now things are getting really interesting. Ruud hasn't been as clutch in this match. Yeah, he has struggled. All right. Tsitsipas with the lead. Can Casper grab the second set? Of course he can. He will. He will. Please. For the love of the team. We can't let lose Ruud and get minus 20 upset loss. Exactly. We can't deal with that. I will cry if Cerundolo and Ruud both lose to unseeded players and get minus 20. I'm gonna flip out. That's great. No. Please don't. All right, Ruud 15 love. I couldn't handle that. Couldn't do it. That would be my worst nightmare. And straight sets as well. If there were straight sets losses, yuck. All right, return goes into the forehand of Ruud, but Ruud pushes it wide. 15-0. As long as Ruud and Fran win, I'm good. I don't care who wins that point. Exactly. As long as they play each other, doesn't matter. As the return goes in, the forehand of Ruud. Steph with the backhand. Oh, it goes long. And it keeps hitting dodgy marks on the court. Steph is pointing at the mark on the court being like, what is this? Like, There's dodgy, like mold on the, not mold, mounds on the clay. There's bits of clay that are just like making the ball go all kinds of places. All right, 30-15. Ruud serves. Steph returns. Great return. Steph now comes out with a slice. Ruud backhand pass up the line. That was a great rally. Tsitsipas with a rocket return on the backhand and then came to the net. Great play, but Ruud too good on the pass. 40-15. Beautiful rally. Great defense by Ruud. Lucky he's awake. What a rally. Steph's backhand has kind of improved a lot. Like, his backhand's kind of gotten better. Like, he's hitting some decent backhands now. Actually, his backhand's getting really, really good. And he hits backhand in the net that time because, of course he did 4. Of course he hit a backhand. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Nothing to see here. It's fine. All right. 4 games old. Back to Steph. All right, back to Tsitsipas. And Steph serves a fault, second serve. As the return goes out by Ruud. Bad miss. Bad miss for Ruud. 15 love. All right. Nice serving from Steph. 30 love. Love. All right, first serve's a fault, second serve. Steph comes to the net. As Ruud with a pass, Steph with a volley in the net. Nice passing shot by Ruud. All right, 30-15. Serve again. Is a fault. Second serve. Into the back of Ruud. To the front of Steph. Ruud backhand. Again to the front of Steph. Steph shanks at 30-all. All right, another game. Another chance for Ruud to get a break. A 30-all. Serve again. It's a fault. Second serve. Serve to the front of Ruud. Return to the front of Steph. Ruud, backhand. Oh, missed it up the line. And it's 40-30. I'll tell you though, the shadows on the court are super awkward, so maybe both players are struggling a little bit with that. That the ball's going from sun to shade. It's very awkward conditions. All right, first serve's a fault, second serve. Serve and volley, Steph. Great pickup. But it goes long. Wow, that would have been a crazy volley. Great attempt. Risky, but, I mean, the volley was pretty clean. It just missed the baseline. All right, deuce. All right, deuce. Back to Steph. As he's serving volleys again, Steph, but he gets the easy volley this time. Advantage Steph. Oh, wait, we're getting a review. Ooh, Ruud said, I want to check if Steph hit it from over his side. Ooh, this is going to be an interesting call. Steph was very close to the net. So if Ruud, this is actually a good video review. This is a smart review. Okay, we're going to zoom and enhance. Zoom and enhance. Oh, no. Nah, no, we don't. Steph hit the volley on his side, easily. I'll tell you, though, did he hit the racket? Ooh. His racket hit the net? No. Okay, I didn't see the... Okay, whatever. Anyways, I like that review, though. That was a good idea. 5-4. Ruud, by the way, Ruud was totally wrong. Steph was not even close to the net when he hit it. But I don't know. Did he hit the... was he close to hitting the net, though? I mean, they didn't show the whole replay. But yeah, Steph hit the volley on his side, totally fine. And I'll show you why that was why. So, basically, if you go to the net and hit a volley, right? If you go to the net and hit a volley, right, you're here, and you hit a volley, but you hit it on this side, right? So the ball's coming over to your side, and you lean over the net and hit it before it bounces or crosses the net, right? Before it crosses this imaginary line, right? If you hit it here and you hit it down and away, you lose the point. Even if you don't touch the net. You got to wait for the ball to cross this imaginary line, right? And then you can hit it. And that's what the review is for. Whether or not Tsitsipas hit it on this side before the ball had crossed this imaginary line. That's what the review is for. Had he have done that, Ruud would have won the point. And obviously you can't touch the net at any point until the ball bounces twice, or till the ball is deemed as the point is deemed as over, right? But yeah, that's what the review is for. But that was a good review. I mean, and you got to remember as well, Ruud is looking at Tsitsipas front on, so he can't see, how far Steph is from the net, right? So that's why it was a good review. Had he been seeing a side on view all the time, he would have been like, oh, well, that's fine. But because Tsitsipas was moving forward to the net and he was really close, Ruud was like, was he on his, did it go on his side first? Did he actually lean over? So it was a good review. It was a good idea to review, because it had Steph have, been a little bit too quick, he would have, lost the point that way. All right, 15-love. Ruud serving to stay in the match. So a smart review, even though it didn't go his way. All right, return goes in the forehand of Ruud. Backhand out from Steph. Ruud forehand again, the backhand of Steph. Up the line. Tsitsipas up the line backhand is working nice. Now his backhand cross goes in. Slice from Ruud. Steph on the attack. Ruud gets it back. Steph comes to the net. Ruud with a pass. Goes wide. I tell you, Tsitsipas has got a crazy aggressive one-hander down the line now. Steph's backhand is kind of a weapon. At least in this match. Tsitsipas's backhand being a weapon is, that's a game changer. It's like Zverev coming to the net. That's an improvement. 15-0. Serving the backhand of Steph. Return goes into the forehand of Ruud. Ruud off the tape goes wide. 15-30. 15-30. Tsitsipas couple points away from taking this and getting to the quarterfinals. 15-30. Ruud serves again. A fault. Second serve. Serve into the backhand of Steph. Return the front of Ruud. Steph. Backhand up the line goes long. I'll tell you though, I like that he went for it. 30-all. I don't mind that. Like that, like he unleashes a backhand, overhits it, but at 15-30, why not go for the backhand up the line? That goes in, you got match point. And Ruud wasn't expecting it. Great serve down the tee, return goes in. Ruud comes to the net with a forehand, step passing, shot in the net. That close. He hits it this high. It's a very tough volley, even if Ruud gets a racket on it. Man, Steph's backhand. Weapon? What? Steph's backhand a weapon? Sure. At least in this last couple of games. Backhand goes in the front of Ruud. Slice from Steph in the net, and Ruud holds 5-all. 5-5. I'll tell you this though, Tsitsipas is also coming to the net a lot. He's been serve volleying a bit too, which is fun. It's fun to see Zverev and Tsitsipas like incorporate serve and volleys because that's not what they did 5 years ago. You know, they didn't make Grand Slam finals by serve volleying, but they know that's the only way it's going to take to beat the new guys is being more proactive, right? Being more aggressive. So the fact that Steph's won 10 points or hit 10 volley winners is pretty insane. 15 out of 20 points won at the net for Steph. That's pretty interesting. As Steph comes in the net again with a smash. Puts it away. See, he's been so proactive. I love that. By the way, I've had no breaks to serve in this entire match. 3 break points, no breaks. All right, 15 love. As the backhand return goes into the forehand of Steph. Oh, he goes back behind Ruud. Good, smart shot. 30 love. We'll play. Hodar played well on all surfaces. What do you think? I'm optimistic, yeah. I think he will because he's a junior US Open champion. So he's obviously can play on hard court there, at least in juniors. And he also won a big junior challenge, a big junior grass event too. So yeah, I think Hodar's game. Also, the way he plays aggressive. He doesn't play like your typical clay court, Spanish clay courter, right? He's not a baseline grinder. He is an aggressive, big serving, big hitting guy. That's going to work on hard courts. That's going to work on grass, right? That, you know, he is the modern type of player. All the modern guys are like that now, right? They're all big hitters. They're all aggressive, but they can also all play on every court, right? Almost gone as the clay court specialist. I mean, I'm thinking of like this week's unique, but like thinking of the players that have won clay court events lately, they're all big aggressive. they're all aggressive players, right? I mean, let's talk about it for a second while we have a sit down. 6-5. Tsitsipas guarantees himself in a tiebreak. So far on the clay, right? Monte Carlo, we had Sinner versus Alcaraz, right? Okay, they're all rounders, right? Feast Rublev in Barcelona. Feast is not a typical clay court grinder. Rublev's not either. And then you had Shelton Caboli. Like it's almost like like clay court. Like the what we think is a clay courter is not what it is anymore. Like you can be aggressive and big hitting and win on clay. That seems to be a bit of a trend. Zverev's more of your standard clay, and Vachereau as well, right? Those guys are more of the clay court types, right? They don't, they're happy to grind out. They're happy to hit 30, 40 shot rallies. Then they'll bide their time. But the players that have been winning the clay court events, at least since Monte Carlo, the last three, have all been proactive, more aggressive. Even the finalists, right? Kaboli, Rublev, those guys are not passive. Those guys don't sit back and wait. Those guys go after it. So it's really interesting. So again, with Hodar, his game will translate onto hard courts. It doesn't need to be grass. Doesn't matter. He could stink at Wimbledon. He could lose first round. Doesn't matter. He'll be able to play on the hard courts. I think the big question for Hodar is physically, right? We've watched him twice in the last few weeks. And twice, he was cramping against Fonseca. He was just up, 3-love before that happened. So he was in a good position. But physically, that's going to be, that'll be the question short term. Long term, figures that out. Where's he going to be in a year? Maybe top 10. I mean, who knows, right? 15-love. But yeah, the only thing that we've seen that, and again, he's young, so of course he's going to get cramps when he's playing against the big boys for the first time, right? Of course his body's going to not be, ready yet for this, or at least not be used to this yet. He's definitely ready because he's winning. 30-love. So yeah, so that's where I'm that's the only thing I'm okay, well, what, how long is it going to be until those things are not an issue? 6 months, 12 months, 1 month? But yeah, I think he'll be just fine going from clay to grass, clay to hard court. Good serving, Ruud. 40-love. 40-love, Ruud to get to a tiebreak second set. As the return goes out by Tsitsipas. All right, no breaks of serve. Second set tiebreak. Is that guy with the 10K still up for grabs? All right. Please. 6 games all. Here we go. Who's winning this tiebreak? Can Ruud get to a third? Steph serves a fault second serve. Steph kind of dominated the first set tiebreak, by the way. It wasn't really that close. He got the lead and kept it. But he hits the forehand wide this time, and it's 1-love Ruud. He gets the mini break straight away. 1-0 Ruud. All right, 1-0 to Casper Ruud. As the return goes in, the forehand of Ruud. Great shot. Up goes a lob by Steph. And then Ruud puts away the smash. 2-love. 2-love. Nice point by Casper Ruud. Serve again. And the return goes out by Steph. 3-love Ruud. Three love. There's only one mini break. As we had a backhand. Into the backhand of Steph. Ruud with a forehand. Inside out. Wide. Just. All right. 3-1. Tsitsipas gets on the board. First serve's a fault, second serve. As the return goes in, and Steph shanks it. 4-1. 4-1. Ruud with the double mini break now. All right, it's been a fault, second serve. Serve. Into the backhand of Tsitsipas. Forehand from Ruud to the backhand of Steph. Ruud. Forehand again to the backhand of Steph. As Ruud forehand again to the Steph backhand. Steph hits it wide up the line. 5-1 Ruud. They change ends. 5-1. Ruud controlling this tiebreak. All right, 5-1. Still got another serve as well here, Ruud. Five one. Serve. Here's the fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the back of the Tsitsipas. Return the net. 6-1 Ruud. 5 set points for Ruud to take us to a third. All right, 6-1. It's going to be Tsitsipas to serve, though. Serve. Here's a fault. Second serve. Into the backhand of Ruud, and Ruud hits it out. All right, 6-2 Ruud. Set point number 2. Serve with the forehand of Ruud. Steph with the forehand up the line. Ruud puts up a lob. Tsitsipas with a smash. Ruud puts up another lob. Tsitsipas smash. Ruud with another lob. Oh, it landed in! Ruud says, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it that good. He's going to take the set, Ruud. He apologizes for the lob. I don't think he meant to hit it that well. He was meant to hit a lob, but I think it hit the frame and had some wicked spin. All right, we're going 3. We are going to the third. All right. By the way, performance ratings are low for these guys. 6.5 for Steph, 7.4 for Ruud. But these guys are dominating on serve. No breaks of serve yet. 1 break point each in that set. No breaks of serve. And we're going 3. Ruud's going to serve first in the third. So let's see what happens. Let's see. Can Ruud maintain the lead and keep Steph behind? what's going to happen? Casper is too nice. Apologizing for a good shot. Yeah, no, it was a great shot, but yeah, I don't think he meant to hit it with such venom spin. Like, it had such it was ripping through the air, and you can only get that kind of spin unless if you're Rafa, or you might have hit the frame. And he wouldn't have apologized if it was a clean shot. He knows. He's like, yeah, I didn't hit that perfect. I got a little luck off the frame that time. But yeah, this is great. This might be one of the matches of the tournament. Awesome. All right. All right. All right. How we doing, chap? Are we ready for the final set? We're just waiting for Tsitsipas to come back from the bathroom. Both show fantastic sportsmanship throughout. So whoever wins ugly, they won't be angry. Yeah, this is a great matchup. You know what? Like, a couple of years ago, this was a top 10 clash. This should have been a semi-final. Actually, 2 years ago, this was the final of not only Barcelona, but Monte Carlo. Like, this was a 1,000 final 2 years ago. And because of Steph, losing a lot of points, and also Ruud losing points, they both dropped down the rankings. They're both ranked lower than they should be. But they're still two of the best clay court players in the world. They played back-to-back finals in Monte Carlo and Barcelona. They split them 1-1. They had played in Madrid in 2021 in the round of 16, so the same round. And Ruud got the win in straights. But, these guys have played 5 times. It's 3-2 Ruud. They haven't played for a couple of years, but those back-to-back finals, were something. All right. All right, 15. Love. Who's winning the final set, chat? Who you got? Who you got getting this final set? Who is going to win this final set? As Ruud serves into the forehand of Steph. Forehand from Ruud into the slice of Steph. As Ruud forehand inside out. Tsitsipas puts up a lob. Ruud lets it bounce into the forehand of Ruud now as Steph on the stretch. Goes wide. And it's 15. So 30, Love. 30, Love. All right, 30, Love. So we got a fault second serve. As the return goes into the forehand of Ruud, but Ruud hits it out 30-15. 40-15. First game of the final set. First serve is a fault, second serve. By the way, chat, we're almost at 250 likes. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. Serve. Into the back of Steph. Return goes out. And Ruud holds 1-love in the final set. All right, first game of the final set. Ruud is not losing this match. All right. All right, as that goes out by Ruud. 15-love. All right, as that goes in from Steph. Nice rally again at the net. He's doing so well at the net, Steph. 15-0. All right, good return. No. 30-15, double fault. Oh, no, he shanked it. Sorry, air swing. Jesus, all right. That was... thought it was a double fault the way that he almost fell over. 30-15. Made a fault, second serve. As Ruud with a return winner. 30-0. All right, 30-all. Back to Steph as Ruud slices it back. Steph comes down with a forehand. Up goes a lob by Ruud. Tsitsipas smash. Ruud with a forehand. Passing shot goes long. He had a chance. He had a chance, Ruud. There was a definite chance. All right, 40-30 and Steph with an ace. All right, he holds. Tsitsipas holds. All right, back to Ruud as that goes out by Steph on the return. 15-love. As that goes in from Ruud again. Great shot. 30-love. As Ruud with an ace, 40 love. 40 love. We had a fault, second serve. As Ruud with another good serve. All right, 2-1. That's a great way to hold. 2 hours played. No breaks to serve. And it's 2-1. All right. How we doing, chat? Hoda versus Sinner would be a good spectacle in Madrid. For sure. I'm glad we got to watch this match because obviously there's so many matches going on at the moment. I'm glad we could watch this one. Because on paper it feels like exactly what we're watching. Like this is exactly what we expected from this match, right? All right. As we get to 15 love. As we get a return from Steph. It's no good. 15-0. Steph serves again. By the way, Hoda and Capriva are 4-all first set. All right, as Steph misses another one. 15-30. Guys, Capriva's so tough. Oh, yeah. All right, 15-30. And Steph serves again. To the backhand of Ruud. Return the forehand to Steph. Oh, he sprayed it. He went to go back behind Ruud, but he hit the forehand inside out wide. And it's 15-40. Ruud to get the break. We've had no breaks to serve. And now he's got 2 break points in a row, which I think is the first time we've had 2 break points consecutively for the entire match. A lot of pressure on Tsitsipas now. Steph serves. To the forehand of Ruud. Return. Goes out. One saved. 30-40. One saved. Still break point for Ruud. First serve's a fault. Uh-oh. Second serve. As the backhand return from Ruud in the front of Steph. Off the tape. Goes in. Ruud comes in and hits it in the nets. Oh, Ruud. He had the easy one. That was a bad miss. Deuce. That was a tough miss. I think it threw him off that it hit the tape. Because he was lining up for the forehand. He knew it was coming. And then it hit the tape and he had extra time to think about it. And I think that might have screwed him. He just missed it. He just threw his timing off. And then Steph serves an ace. Whoa. Hello. What's up with that? All right. Advantage Steph to keep things level. All right, second serve, the front of Ruud. Return winner. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. As Steph serves a fault. As the return goes into the forehand of Steph. Forehand from Ruud on the stretch. Into the forehand of Steph. Inside in. Great shot. Steph stayed back though. And then he hits a forehand inside out winner anyway. All right. Advantage Steph. Good point. I'll tell you what, I'm looking at the stats for the Kopriva-Hodar match. A lot of errors. Not many winners yet. A lot of errors. A lot of errors. But close, so that's always fun. First serve a fault, second serve. As the return goes in the corner, Steph puts it away. Good hold. Okay. 2-all. That was the toughest game of the match for Steph. 2-2. Still no breaks. Oh, we got 3 hours until the next match. This one, by the way, 31 wins for Steph. 36 errors. 26 winners for Ruud, 23 errors. Most of the errors on the forehand from Ruud, so... Whereas Steph's got a 50-50 split between backhand and forehand. All right, 2-all. Tsitsipas at a 6.7... 6.7 performance rating, a 7.7 for Ruud. So, Ruud playing better. But right now, it doesn't... There's no indication that he is playing better because it's literally even. Again. It's literally even again and again. He just can't get away from Steph. All right, love 15. And that last game was the biggest opportunity he had to take a lead for the first time in the match. Serving the backhand of Steph. Forehand now from Ruud. Oh, it lands in. Up goes a lob. But the lob goes long. 15-all. Ruud is not giving away any chances to break. Yeah. But Steph is giving chances, but Ruud's not taking them. All right, Ruud with a fault, second serve. Serving to the backhand of Steph. Ruud with a forehand to the forehand of Steph. Into the backhand of Ruud, and Ruud hits it long, 15-30. The only stat that matters is the score. Fair enough. 15-30. Little chance for Tsitsipas here. All right. Oh, Ruud comes in and hits it in the net. 15-40 Steph. Now this is the toughest game Ruud's played on serve. All right, 15-40. As Ruud serves the backhand of Steph, return goes in front of Ruud. Steph backhand pass. It's a lob. Ruud lets it bounce. No, he doesn't. And he puts it away on the smash. That's one. 30-40. The last two games have been the most nerve-wracking games of the match. It's not over yet. 30-40. As Ruud serves another fault. Second serve. Serving to the back end of Steph. Return to the front of Ruud. Tsitsipas forehand again to the front of Ruud. Ruud hits it out! First break of the match. 3-2 Tsitsipas. All right. What is this match? 3-2. Steph breaks first in 2 hours and 11 minutes. By the way, Hodar and Kapriva are 5-0 in their first set. Okay. First break of the match. Got to give Steph credit for coming back that last game and then breaking Ruud. Oh, yeah. Horrendous last two games from Ruud. Oh, yeah. Brutal. Like to have two chances and then to get broken straight away. I mean, that just... so tough. When neither player had broken at all. I mean, now it's going to feel like impossible. Yep, he was 15-40. And then he gets broken the next game. I mean, that happens though, right? How many times does that happen? So often where you waste a chance and then you get broken. You know, the psychology of it. Steph was saved by the tape and then it turned the tables. I mean, yeah, you're right. That let cord that kind of threw Ruud off a little bit where he had the easy forehand, he stuffed it up. That definitely was a moment. All right. Here we go. 3-2. Tsitsipas. He's got the break final set. But can he hold? He hasn't been broken yet. What is the tape? The net cord. The white line at the top of the net. All right, as Steph serves the front of Ruud. Return goes to the front of Tsitsipas. Ruud backhand. Nope. Steph hit it wide. Ruud's got to break back right now, it feels. You can't give Tsitsipas a lead. No one's had a lead, right? Everybody's been one game on, one game off. So Ruud's got to break straight back. You give Tsitsipas a 4-2 lead, it's going to feel like a 5-love lead, right? Why is it a Kapriva match Hodar on center court? Because Hodar's Spanish. Love 15. Serving the backhand of Ruud. Forehand from Steph. Into the slice of Ruud. Tsitsipas forehand again to the backhand of Ruud. As Tsitsipas forehand again. As Ruud goes backhand again to the forehand of Steph. He shanks it. It goes in. Ruud attacks. Puts it away. Tsitsipas was baiting Ruud to hit it down the line. And Ruud's like, I'm not doing it. I'm on cross court with backhands. You better be ready. Love 30. Love 30. And the shanked forehand set Ruud up. Didn't miss that one. Didn't miss that one. Love 30. And Steph serves again. Into the forehand of Ruud. Return goes to the forehand of Steph. Up the line. Ruud cross court. Steph with a slice in the net. See, that's what happens. I've told you before, chat. When you run around your backhand into forehand, you're leaving the court open. And Ruud that time, instead of Tsitsipas going to the backhand and baiting Ruud to hit a up the line backhand, which is not his best shot, he went with a inside in forehand to the Ruud forehand. Ruud just goes cross court easy. Right? Love 40. Serve and volley Steph is too good. Landed on the line. 15-40. One saved. Serve again from Tsitsipas. Still break point Ruud. To get back on serve. Serve and volley again. As Ruud puts up a lob. Steph with a smash. It's too good. Jeez. Tsitsipas serving and volleying again. It does feel like if Ruud doesn't break back now, the last 3 games, so devastating. To have multiple break points and not get any of, and get broken in the middle. It feels like a must-win game for Ruud. Like mentally. Steph serves. Into the back of Ruud. And now a serve and volley again. 3 finishes at the net to save break points. Who is this guy? Pete Sampras? Like, what are we doing? Who's this guy? Who the hell is this guy? Serve and volley at love 43 times in a row? Okay. Right. Serve and volley again! Advantage Tsitsipas.
We got a barn burner in process, folks. Algeria.
Hey, thank you, Joshua, for the 2. Yep. 4 in a row. He's got to do it again, right? I mean, it's working so well. He can't not serve volley again. Come on. He serves. And volleys again. This one goes to backhand of Ruud. Ruud hits this one away. Yeah, he's got to do it. I mean, you had to do it, right? You had to keep doing it because it was working. Like, you just got to keep serve volleying. You're on a hot streak. Serve and volley Steph does have a nice ring to it. All right, deuce. Tsitsipas serves. A fault. Second serve. Oh, double fault. He was going to serve volley that one as well. Advantage Ruud. Oh, Hoda stole the set? Damn. All right, advantage Ruud. To get back on serve. He serves again. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. To the forehand of Ruud. Return into the... Oh, no, it's out. Wow, I don't know what Ruud's idea was there. I do not understand the tactic. I don't think he didn't read the serve. Tsitsipas kicked it out wide, and he ran around his backhand to hit a forehand, but he was not even close to being in position to hit a forehand. And he just sprayed it inside out. Like, I don't know what that was. I just think he just didn't read the serve. He thought it was going to be not as good. Anyways, back to deuce. And then Ruud with an inside-in forehand winner. Yeah, Ruud was like, I'm not hitting a backhand. I'm trying to hit a forehand, but definitely not the strategy there. Anyways, he's got another chance. That's a beautiful inside-in forehand that time. All right, advantage Ruud. Steph serves. And Ruud chips it back. Steph stays back with a forehand to the backhand of Ruud on the stretch. Steph, forehand again to the backhand of Ruud on the stretch. But Ruud in the net. Tsitsipas back to deuce. That's just too good. All right, back to deuce. This feels like the match right here. All right, as Steph comes down with the volley, but he missed it. Oh, no. He had the court. All right, advantage Ruud. Jeez, he got everything he wanted in that too as well. Like, he came to the net with a good approach. He had the volley open court and hit the tape, and it went on his side. All right, back. Another break point for Ruud. 6th of the game. Serving the back of Ruud. Return is into the forehand of Steph. Ruud slice. Steph comes in. Smash. Puts it away. Steph's smash is automatic. Back to deuce. Like, there's no missing that. All right, back to deuce. So Tsitsipas' girlfriend is very bubbly and very, very, she is not intense at all. And I don't mind that. Like, she's very, like she is not intense. She is intense, but like in a happy way. Steph puts it away. Advantage. Like, she has not stopped smiling for the entire match. Like, she is like full cheerleader mode. And I appreciate that. I love that for her. And I love that for Steph. It's great. It's a great change up from everybody in the box being like, dad's going like this and mum's being like this, but she's just like, yay. Like, just pure joy. As with a 4-4 rally, but Steph wins the point. It goes out by Ruud. That game might have just decided the match. 4-2. This next service game is going to be brutal for Ruud. He's got to get like 40 love done. Because that game was 6 break points. And he couldn't take any of them. And he was up love 40. That might have decided it there. She literally hasn't stopped smiling. It's so funny to watch her sit there next to his dad. Who's just like this. Like, let's go. Like, he's so like coach. And she's just like, yay. What a great contrast. All right, 4-2. And maybe that's what Steph needs. I think that's what everybody needs. Everybody needs somebody to cheerlead them in their life, chat. Everybody needs a cheerleader. 15 love. As we to serve again. There's a fault, second serve. Please, for the love of God, stop comparing his girlfriends to each other. All right? His ex, don't do that. It's silly. Come on. Stop making, that's weird comparisons, please. As we get a lob from Steph. Forehand from Ruud. Steph with the volley. Ruud with the pass. Steph with the volley is better. 15 all. Beautiful hands. 15 all. Lovely. 17 volley winners from Steph in the match. Crazy. Serving back into Steph. Forehand from Ruud. Into the Tsitsipas backhand, but he hits it long. Tsitsipas has won 26 out of 35 points at the net. 26 out of 35. That's about a 75% winning record at the net today. But like, it's the amount of times he's gone, not the winning, not the percentage. Like, coming to the net that many times and being successful that many times is crazy. For Tsitsipas, that's not his game. All right, Ruud double faults. It's 30-all. This feels like the end for Ruud. Serve. Into the corner, Steph. Return goes wide. Ruud gets to 40-30. All right, 40-30. Backhand return goes to front of Ruud. Steph with the slice. Goes wide. Ruud holds. But Steph has the break. 4-3 final set. Don't say that. Not the end for Ruud yet. I mean, he got out of that. He needed to get out of that, because if it was a double break, no chance, right? Unless Steph completely fell off. But I don't know. It just seems like the way things have been going, it's Steph's day. He's unbreakable. All right. Your Ruud cam. Good one. Do you think Tsitsipas could get back to his best? I think so, for sure. We saw it at the start of the year, right? We saw that Steph, start of the year, like, he is way better than his ranking. This is at least top 20. Like, at least top 20. You know, it was just the injuries for Steph that really, screwed him last year. And then not being able to defend points from, like, tournaments from last year. Remember how he played Dubai last year, won Dubai, but he couldn't defend that this year. Or didn't do well in Dubai this year. You know, the tournaments that he needed to defend, he couldn't. So that's why his ranking is plummeted. But he is not 80 in the world. Like, he is better, way better than that. He's top 20 playing like this. He's top 20. I mean, Ruud is also just out of the top 20, but I mean, the way Ruud's playing today, too, is way more than 26 in the world. He's just lost all the points from this week. That's why he's number 26. But, yeah, I mean, Tsitsipas and Ruud are both top 20 guys. They're not, like, beyond that now. They're not past it. If Steph stays healthy and also needs a little bit of luck, because he needs to avoid, he can't be getting second rounds against Sinner every week. That's not going to work. But if he can avoid a couple of players, have a couple of good runs, he'll get that ranking back up. Serve and volley, love 15. I'm loving the attempts at the serve volleys, though. I love that he's not afraid of the net today. Serve out wide's an ace. Hit the line. Ruud's like, all right, 15-0. All right, 15-0. Serving the backhand of Ruud. Return goes into the forehand of Tsitsipas. Ruud backhand. And into the forehand of Steph. Steph hits a winner. 30-15. Beautiful. Inside out forehand winner. 30-15. Playing top 20 level for one tournament is not the same as being top 20 player. True. So are you saying that he's not a top 20 player? Well, I mean, you could easily just be like, oh, well, look at the rankings. Yeah, okay. 40-15. I mean, Ruud, literally at the start of the year, Tsitsipas was 34 in the world. So the fact that he's 80 is criminal. Roland Garros last year, he was 20 in the world. And I'll tell you who he's lost to this year, and it might give a bit more, and also who he's beaten this year, because that matters too. 40-15, Ruud forehand, inside-out winner, 40-30. So, in Munich, he lost to Marijan in a tight 3-setter, right? He lost to Fran Cerundolo in Monte Carlo, tough. He lost to Fils in Miami, tough. After beating de Minaur. He lost to Shapovalov in Indian Wells, tough. He lost to Humbert in Dubai, tough. He lost to Rublev in Doha, tough. He beat Medvedev in Doha, though. Van der Zandschulp in Rotterdam, that's tough. And then Australian Open, he lost to Mahach in a close 4-setter. As Steph misses and we get to deuce. The only bad loss he's had was against Vukic in Adelaide. But he's beaten Fritz, he's beaten Medvedev, he's beaten de Minaur. And they were all on the hard courts as well, which is what, you would say was their preferred surface. He's beaten Bublik this week. He's beating Ruud right now. So, that's not the results of a number 80. It's crazy. Anyway, Steph puts away advantage. But the problem with being number 80, like I said, is unseeded, and then you'll play these guys way earlier than you're supposed to. So he needs to get a little bit... He either needs to beat these guys consistently, and then you'll get to the further rounds, get more points, or he needs to avoid them by getting a bit more of a luckier draw where he doesn't have to play killers in the first rounds. But right now he's beaten them, so why not? And he holds 5-3 Steph. Tsitsipas keeps that break. And now Ruud's going to serve to stay in the match. 5-3. And Ruud is just pointing at stuff. I don't know what he's doing. All right. Here we go. Ruud to serve. To stay in the match. As Ruud makes another error. Love 15. Capriva's in Deuce jail. Brutal. As Ruud serving volleys, but no volley required. 15-all. Is Pliskova still alive in the tournament? Yep. She's taking on... tomorrow she's playing. Hoda's up a set and a break. Ooh. Yeah, she's playing tomorrow against Potapova. Tomorrow morning. Serve the back of Steph. Backhand from Ruud. To the backhand of Steph. Ruud, forehand. Again to the forehand of Steph. Now Ruud's backhand goes into the backhand of Steph. Again to the forehand of Ruud. Steph forehand. Into the Ruud backhand to Steph. Forehand again. To the slice of Ruud. Steph forehand again up the line's a winner. Wow. What a rally. All right, 15-30. Great rally again by Steph. 15-30. Bo, we've got 3 hours until the next match. If the Hodar match finishes in 20 minutes, people are going to be pissed that you got to wait 2.5 hours for the night session. What? When you've already waited an hour for Hodar. Center court is ruined. Backhand from Steph. Volley from Ruud's good. Lob goes up, and then Ruud smashes along. Match points for Steph. God, and we know where this match was won and lost. It was in the middle of this final set, where there was a 15-40, then he gets broken, then the love 40, and now he's down match points. That's the difference. Steph broke, he held, Ruud did not. 15-40. Ruud serves. Into the back of the Tsitsipas. Return goes in the front of Ruud. And he hits a winner, one saved. 30-40. One saved. Still match point, Steph. Serve. Into the back of the Tsitsipas. Returned, goes long, and it's deuce. Yeah, defending champion, by the way. I think we all forget about that. As Ruud, good serve. Return the net by Steph. All right, advantage Ruud. To make Tsitsipas serve for this match. Advantage Ruud. First serve is a fault. Second serve. When does Rome start? The 5th of May. Serving the backhand of Steph. Forehand from Ruud. Into the forehand of Steph. Steph in the net. Okay. Ruud holds. But he's going to have to break the unbreakable serve of Tsitsipas. 5-4. Tsitsipas going to serve the match. All right. By the way, thanks everybody for subscribing. Don't forget to sub if you haven't already. We have so much stuff going on. We've got the quarterfinals of the ladies in a couple of hours. And then we've also got... By the way, I'll tell you what. The schedule is absolutely screwed. Because after this match, you're going to wait 2 hours until the next match on this court. What in the absolute joke is that? So wait, Hodar finishes, and if Tsitsipas finishes, there's no tennis going on for 2 hours? We've got no singles for 2 hours. Actually a joke. Are you kidding me? So what am I going to do for the next 2 hours? You're making me watch doubles. What are you doing? Madrid, what are you doing? You are ruining our lives. Actually joke. Come on now. Actually a joke. Take a nap? No, I will not take a siesta. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go eat, but seriously, what are you talking about? You mean there's going to be no action, no singles play in the middle of a day for 2 hours? What is that? What do you mean? It's not for me. I'm saying in general. What if you're at the tennis, you're like, oh, I guess I'll just walk around for 2 hours. Bleh. What are you going to do? I know there's nothing wrong with doubles. I was just making a joke. Obviously, me shouting into the void about having to watch doubles. Doubles is great. I was making a joke. But you mean 2 stadiums full of people are going to go watch doubles in the car park? Come on now. There's not enough seats to watch the doubles. You've got 2 full stadiums who have 2 hours to do nothing. Where are they going to go? Go watch the doubles match on court 75. Come on now. Anyway, it's 15-0. This is actually a joke of a schedule. This is ridiculous. And I hope people start screaming about it because it's what do we do? I can understand center court. Okay, 8 p.m. start, siesta, blah, blah. This court starting in 2 hours, you can't chuck another match on. By the way, they only have the doubles might be over for all I know. This is madness. Have the doubles finished? I don't even think there's a doubles match to play. Tsitsipas, by the way, hits it out. Sorry, Ruud hit it out. Tsitsipas hit it on the line, 30-15. Come on, we need a better schedule. They are the... Oh, by the way, Travis, you are there, and you're saying it's the absolute worst. I paid €1,000. Oh, no, you're there tomorrow. And they gave me the worst night matchups. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Forehand goes wide by Steph. It's 30-all. They better hope that Capriva comes back and forces a third, because there is so much time left till the night session, and no one knows what the hell they're going to do. 30-all. All right, let's go back to this rant over. No, look, guys, I know what I can do. Like, I can watch movies, I can go have a snack, like, it's fine. I'm talking about, like, the general like, what is the general tennis population going to do? Like, for 2 hours, we got to sit around and wait for 2 hours till the next match? Huh? How? How is that a possible thing in the middle of the tournament? There's so many matches and we can't watch anything. That's crazy. Anyways, forehand. I'm going to watch a challenger. Forehand goes on the stretch from Steph. Ruud up the line. Winner! All right, let's snap back into it. We got to lock in, chat. Where's that shirt gone? We got to lock back in. 30-40. I just wanted to point out how much of a crazy schedule we have today. Because I'm like, oh, we'll watch something else. No, we won't. I guess we'll watch nothing. It's fine. I don't want to watch anything anyway. I don't even want to watch tennis anyway. All right, break back point. A Steph forehand. Into the forehand of Ruud. Up the line to the forehand of Steph. Ruud, forehand. Into the forehand of Steph. Again to the forehand of Ruud on the stretch. Ruud on the net, deuce. Tsitsipas is unbreakable. Tsitsipas unbreakable. Back to deuce. As Steph serves again. First serve's a fault. Second serve. Serve and volley. Oh, the volley in the net, though. Tsitsipas. He went for the risky play and he missed it. All right. The 12th break point of the match for Ruud. Serving the back of the Ruud. Return goes off on to Steph. Oh, he hits it wide! The first break of the match against Tsitsipas. He had match points. We're 5-all in the third. Tsitsipas is taking all the time in the world to grab a drink. Something strong, I'm sure. And change a racket. He is does he realize the match is still going, or does he think the match is over? Steph looking for a racket. He lost something. He lost the break. He's looking for something. Steph is taking so much time between the... He should get in trouble for this, to be fair. But also, we just know what he went through. Like, Ruud's waiting. He's like, bro, that was 2 minutes. What are you doing? 5-all! All right. There's a bit of fault from Ruud. Second serve. Serving to the front of Steph. Return goes in the net. 15-love. 10 minutes ago, you said the match is determined. No, I didn't. 15-love. By the way, chat, Mr. Perfect in the chat. Welcome back. Thank you, Mr. Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Perfect. I'm sorry, I can't be like you. $30 love. I'm trying my best. $30 love. $40 love. Ruud to take the lead. $40 love. Ruud to take the lead. As the backhand goes in the net and Ruud's up 6-5. Chat, we thought all hope was lost. Well, at least, well, actually, no. Stop making this type of prediction then. I'm sorry. Can I help you? Are you okay? Hello? Are you okay? Do you need something? Are you okay? So, do you want me to get the manager? I'll get the... Hang on. Let me just get the manager. Can I help you? You okay, sir? Or madam? Are you okay? Is everything all right? Are you good? Are you good? All right. All right, here we go. Ruud is in the lead. Somehow. It seemed impossible. It was impossible. And then he broke, which was so unfortunate for Steph. This match is so fun. This match is crazy. This has got to be match of the tournament, right? We're watching match of the tournament, right? It's got to be match of the tournament. Ruud is the defending champion. That is correct. This is why we love Ruud. He looks stuffed. When he had the break points, then he got broken, then he had the break points, then he didn't get the break, and then he almost got broken to lose the match. He was down 15-40. But somehow, he's able to hang on. Now he's got the lead, and Steph has to serve to stay in it. Has Ruud won the last 3 games? Yeah, 3 in a row, right? Here we go. Can Steph do the thing? First serve's a fault. Second serve. Serve again. Into the backhand of Ruud. Return. Goes the forehand of Steph. Ruud. Backhand. Lob. Tsitsipas puts away the smash. By the way, remember, it's going to be a 7-point shootout if we get it. All right? 7 points if we get it. All right, 15 love. First serve's a fault. Second serve. As Ruud returns it in the net. Oh, it hit the net and like trampolined into the roof almost. 30 love. What the hell? What's that net made of? 30 love. By the way, the guy that was like asking for the manager without asking, you asked some random ass questions. Are you okay? I'm looking at your chat logs, bro, and that is brutal. I hope you're okay. I hope everything gets better for you. All right, 30 love. As Tsitsipas forehand, open court. Ruud's going to get there with a backhand. Hodar wins. As Ruud slice is too good. And when I say, I mean like, of course he does. 6 love in the second is brutal. So wait, we're getting Sinner versus Hodar. Ooh. Sinner made the right choice playing in daytime. Now watch everybody freak out about the schedule tomorrow. By the way, can we pour one out for Travis, who got absolutely screwed? That is brutal for you. I mean, I'll bitch about the schedule all day long for that one. Backhand slice. Goes in the forehand of Ruud. Steph on the stretch. In the net. 30 all. 30 all. Winner of this match plays in the quarterfinals against Cerundolo or Blokcht, who are coming on in, I don't know, might as well be tomorrow. In 2 hours. Because the schedule is great. First serve's a fault. By the way, 2.5 hours until the night session. Second serve. Into the forehand of Ruud. Ruud in the net, 40-30. $40-30. Please don't put scores in the chat. 40-30, Feli Lopez. He's watching this match. Trader. Hey, you're not watching Hoda? Hey, what are you doing, Feli? Feli knows ball. Return goes in. No, it doesn't. Okay. 1 set tiebreak to decide it all. 1 shootout to see who makes the quarters. Who is winning this tiebreak? What a match this has been. It's got to be match of the tournament so far. We've had a couple of breaks in this final set. We've had match points saved by Ruud so far. Who's going to take it? Let me know, chat. I think after this, we do need a 2-hour break. I need to catch my thoughts and get a snack. Been streaming for years. 7 hours straight. Serve. Into the forehand of Steph. Return goes into the forehand of Ruud. Steph backhand. Into the Ruud forehand. Steph with a forehand cross. Goes in the forehand of Ruud. Steph on the attack. Ruud backhand. Shanked. Long. One love Steph. One love Tsitsipas. And it's crazy to think, chat, that people in the chat thought this match was over. Not me. Definitely wasn't me. Other people thought. It's crazy. Anyways, forehand goes into the backhand of Ruud. Up goes a lob. Steph with the smash. Ruud with the pass. Steph with the volley. Ruud with the pass. Oh, no, he overhit it. Good volley from Steph. And it's 2-love. 2-0. Tsitsipas. Remember, it's first to 7 outside of Grand Slams. And to the guy in the chat that keeps putting the scores, I'm being nice and I'm asked very nicely, but can you please stop putting scores in the chat? Thank you. Where's Deb? Return. Goes the backhand of Steph. Forehand out from Ruud. Into the backhand of Steph. And Steph hits it out. It's 2-1. Ruud gives it back. Okay. Bro, I asked nicely. Did I ask nicely? I asked nicely. Take 5. Please. Come back. Just celebrate. Don't ruin the scores. All right. 2-1. We're back on serve. As a backhand from Ruud goes up the line. Oh, he missed it. 3-1 Tsitsipas. I tell you, this is a nervous start to this tiebreak. Both of these guys are missing. 3-1. Tsitsipas serves. Sorry, no. Ruud serves. Tsitsipas returns. Ruud comes in. Steph puts up a lob. It's high. Is that going in? It does. Ruud gets it back with a forehand to the backhand of Steph. Ruud, forehand again. To the backhand of Tsitsipas. Ruud, forehand again. To the forehand of Steph. Now Ruud on the stretch goes cross court. Steph hits it. Is that in? No, it's wide. Jeez, that would have been a crazy shot from Steph. He's got the mini break still, though. 3-2. 3-2 Tsitsipas. Yeah, we're almost at 3 hours as well for this match. We're 6 minutes away. We might not make it unless it goes into the depths of this tiebreak. 3-2 Steph. It's on his racket if he wants it. Serve to the back of Ruud. Return. To the forehand of Steph. Oh, he missed it. He crushed it up the line, but he overhits it. 3-all. I mean, I reckon we've had at least 4 errors in these 6 points. We've had at least 4 makeable shots that have been missed. Nervous tiebreak. Nervous. Both are nervous. 3-all, and it's nervous. Three. Joshua.
Best match of the year so far.
I mean, it's definitely one of the best matches on the clay, for sure. I wouldn't know a match of the year, but on the clay, for sure. Serve and volley. Oh, the return from Ruud! What a shot! Ruud 4-3. Wow! Steph's been serve volleying really well as well. But Ruud made him pay. He's like, finally, I gotcha. 4-3. Ruud's got the lead. All right. 4-3 Ruud. He serves in the back of the Steph. Return goes into the front of Ruud. Tsitsipas backhand up the line is wide. 5-3 Ruud. 5-3. I mean, this could be one of the candidates for match of the three-set match of the year. It could be. If I have a look at the list we put together after this could be a candidate for 3-set match of the year. Serving the front of Steph. Lob goes up. Ruud. Forehand. Into the back of Steph. Ruud with a volley. Off the tape is in. Actually, no, it wasn't off the tape. It was just a great drop volley. 6-3 Ruud. 6-3 Ruud. He's got match points. Nearly 3 hours played. 3 minutes shy. 3 set points. 3 match points for Ruud. He saved match points already. Tsitsipas serving though. He serves a fault. Second serve. Serving to the forehand of Ruud. Return to the forehand of Steph. Ruud gets it back. As Steph with the forehand again to the forehand of Ruud. Steph. Forehand goes into the forehand of Ruud up the line. And that's out by Mirra Tsitsipas. Ruud gets it done. Wow. That might have been the match of the clay court season so far. Ruud saves match points. Only 2 breaks for the entire match. And somehow, Ruud gets out of it. It looked over when he got broken. At 4-2, it was like, oh man, he looked shattered. And then he holds on at 4-2 because it was another chance to get a double break. He saves the match points on his serve. And then he comes back. And he takes the tiebreak. That's going to be a tough one for Steph because, I mean, Steph's so close. But Ruud's into the quarters. What a match. Match of the tournament for now. One of the matches of the season, at least in the 3-set category. I'm looking at some of the other 3-setters that were match of the year candidates. Shelton Fritz Dallas, Feast Paul Miami. That felt like Feast Paul Miami. But on clay. It's got to be clay court match of the year. Unless there's like a Vachereau match in Monte Carlo that maybe tops it. I don't know. I'm trying to think. But yeah, that's got to be match of the year on the clay. 2 clay court princes, right? I mean, you got 2 former champions, 1,000 champions, plus you've got 2 former finals at the French. That's got to be the... I thought my dog was here. That's got to be a match of the year, clay court match of the year. All right, if you're not leaving, don't forget to sub on the way out. Let's go through some stats, and then we've got like 2 hours until the next match. So, I mean, after that, I need to go for a run or something. I don't know. I was all jazzed up, going crazy. So, man, I wish I could show you this. Maybe I can. What a crazy... The way that the end of that match went. When Tsitsipas got the break... And then the way that Ruud came back, Ruud ended up with an 8.2 in the performance rating compared to a 6.7 for Tsitsipas. So Tsitsipas, not great. Not a great performance for him by the ratings. He dropped massively in the tiebreak, though. That was the difference. Towards the end of the match, anyway. Both with about an 8.2 on the serve, on the shot quality. Forehands were pretty similar too, 8.2 to 8.5. Ruud on the backhand, 7.8 and a 7.6 on return. Tsitsipas was much lower. 42 winners from Tsitsipas, 46 errors. 37 winners, Ruud, 32 errors. Both of these guys' forehands were a problem. Tsitsipas won 19 points, 19 volley points, which is crazy to think that is like how he almost won this match. He actually played 41 times he came to the net. He won 29 of the 41 points, Steph. So that was impressive. Ruud out-aced him, though. 8 aces to 6, which is crazy to think that, too. Ruud's serving was really solid. He only lost, 13 points on first serve for the match. Both these guys, phenomenal on serve. Only got broke once each. Ruud had 12 chances. He got one, which was at the very end of the match when Tsitsipas served for it. Saved match points on his own serve, so clutched it on his own serve towards the end. And then, won the tiebreaks. I mean, the guy who served better won the tiebreaks at the end, and that was the difference. But, nearly 3 hours, 3 tiebreaks. I mean, it doesn't get much better. Miami, Feast versus Paul was the only one that was, I think, 3 tiebreaks, but there was no breaks. So this match was as close to that one as it gets. But on the clay, this has to be match of the year so far. On the clay. It has to be. Because I can't think of another one. Between two guys that are very, very... their careers are based on the clay, right? You think of Tsitsipas's highlights, most of them have been on clay. Same with Ruud. Or at least the biggest ones, right? The 1,000 titles, the Grand Slam final. Both guys have done it on the clay. So, God, what a crazy match. Now, Ruud plays the winner of Cerundolo and Bloch, which is coming up in like an hour and a half. As a Ruud fan, I died at least 5 times in that match. Yeah, that match was brutal. Yeah. That match was brutal. Ruud Cerundolo will be fun. Well, Cerundolo has to win first. Bloch is no joke. Also, so Hodar won in the meantime. He's taking on Sinner tomorrow, which is going to, everyone's going to, lose their minds. Head-to-head's 4-4 now. Yeah, it's crazy. Ruud made it harder on himself than he needed to, but got the job done. Who wins between Hodar and Sinner? I think Sinner wins, but I think it's going to be closer than... it's going to be close. I think it'll be straight... It might... I could see Hodar winning the first in a tiebreak and then Sinner coming back to win. That. I could see that. Or Sinner wins in straights, close tiebreak, 7-6, 6-4 or something, right? I can see Hoda challenging Sinner. He looks very impressive this week. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, Sinner, again, we're saying that Sinner made the right choice, but it's really the tournament's choice. The tournament putting on Sinner and Hoda in the afternoon will be studied because I don't know anybody who thinks that's a good idea. By the way, Hurkacz is playing a challenger. No, we're not watching that. Just kidding. But yeah, I'm sure the internet is going to be like raging about why is that match on in the afternoon? And I'm sure that like there's going to be a lot of conversations about that. I've learned not to give up on your player. Things can turn around. They can, yes. Hoda is built like John Isner and looks like him too. No, he's not. He's not built like John Isner at all. He's like half the size of John Isner. Are you kidding me? Him and Sinner are built the same. Like they look eye to eye. John Isner is a giant. Hoda is not 7 foot. He doesn't look anything like John Isner. Hoda from Madrid and not from Rafa Academy. Ooh. Controversial. Ooh. Spicy comment. You know, Alcaraz isn't from there either. Alcaraz is Spanish too, and he went to a different academy too. Ooh. You know who did go to the Rafa Academy though? That's right. That's right. Casper Ruud. Casper Ruud went there. I'm sure that's who you thought I was going to say. Never seen Hoda and Isner in the same room, to be fair. All right, fine. Same person. Somehow, what? John Isner's playing on his knees. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, John Isner just, he's playing on his knees. That's why he's 6'3" all of a sudden. Sindar is going to replace Sinkaraz. Yep, okay. I didn't mean same height, but tall, skinny, it looks like him. Okay. I think he's more like a Cilic, to be honest. I think he's got more of a Cilic vibe. I don't think Hoda will replace Sinner. Okay. Now, look, I'm going to put my hand up and say, look, I talk about Fonseca like he is, the third wheel, right? But I also know that I am also being silly at times. Hoda has been great. He's not beating Sinner, right? Right? Or is he? Like, he's not beating Sinner, right? I mean, I was even realistic when I saw Alcaraz play and Fonseca play Sinner. It was like, he's not beating Sinner, Fonseca, right? And he almost got a set off him, which was impressive. Well, he almost got 2 sets, but like Hoda's not beating Sinner. Even though he's been great. He's not beating Sinner. Only if Sinner cramps and plays left-handed. Well, that's a bit of a stretch. Fonseca did give Sinner a fight. You're right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Right? I'm saying that Hoda. I think Hoda is going to make it really. We're going to make it interesting, but not going to win. Is he? Like, what am I? Am I missing something? Madrid is his best place. I'll tell you, if this was a night match, I could maybe humor the upset. But being in the middle of the day, everyone's going to be asleep. Like all the Spaniards are going to be at work or asleep. It's 4 p.m. Nobody's got to be there. It's going to be an empty stadium. Like, had it been a night match, which it should have been, criminal, then I could have seen, okay, crowd at night, like madness, right? Circus. And Hoda, like, flying, right? But it's the middle of the afternoon, though. So I don't know. It's probably not going to be as loud. It's going to be loud, but I don't know. I don't think it's the same atmosphere as like the Fonseca match with Hoda the other night, right? Home doesn't matter if you're playing against the number one. Well, yeah, I mean, Djokovic would play against Australians all the time and kick their ass. In Australia. And Americans in America. So, I mean, like, yeah, home advantage might not apply if you're playing against Sinner. Just ask Tim. Why? Why does he play him? Sinner might be fatigued. From what? From what? But he's not. Come on. We're grasping at straws if we're saying Sinner might be fatigued. Sinner won pretty easily today. I mean, he won he won pretty straightforward today. Norrie didn't push him to the depths of hell, and then he didn't play last week, so he had a week off between Monte Carlo. So why, he rested. So I would be more concerned about Hoda's fitness level at this stage. Because he's played Barcelona, he played won a tournament a couple of weeks ago. He's also young and new to this game, this level of game. Plus the adrenaline that's going up and down in his body every time he plays in the stadium, right? Like, I'd be more concerned about Hoda being fatigued, physically and mentally. Sinner being tired, I mean, he hadn't looked tired. Hoda did cramp the other day. He didn't cramp today, obviously. he was on another level, but yeah. But I'm excited that we get to see it, this match. Because I think, like, God, it must suck for Jannik Sinner, though. He must be like having a nightmare. And I have to play all these young guys. Bloody hell. I thought I was the new guy. What the hell is all this shit? But yeah, be really fun. Be really fun. Hoda might cramp tomorrow. I hope not. But the fact is that he's playing the number one and the pressure of the crowd. Yeah. I mean, if Hoda wins the first set, game on. I still think Sinner comes back to win, but I think if he wins the first set, let's go. But I mean, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. How can he beat Sinner without something happening with Sinner? That's the question for me. Yeah, Sinner's almost 25 as a season pro. Yeah, no, but it's been the last 2 years that Sinner's kind of like the new guy, right? The new Slam champion, right? Like, he's only been a Grand Slam champion for 2 years. He just started winning slams. You know what I mean? I know that he's not young. Ruud won. I thought Steph was up 4-2. He was. But Ruud won. We'll see tomorrow. Yeah. I think also... I mean, look, questions will be asked why this wasn't a night match. And I hope those questions get answered so we actually have some clarity on, like, what the hell were they thinking? Whose decision was this? Okay, so Tsitsipas just put out a tweet that's really funny. It's basically a graph of him being, like, up and down. Look, I gotta be honest, Steph, that's funny. After that loss, I retweeted. Go check it out. Okay, I respect that. Tsitsipas literally a minute ago put out on Twitter, Like a graph of him going like his... being like, we're so back, it's over. We're so back. I'm glad that he can see the funny side in that loss. That's the sign of a good sense of humor, that one there, Steph. That was fun. That was good. I'm glad that he can see the funny side in that match. Let's just do a live chat for 2 hours. Bro, I've been doing a live chat for 7 hours. I'm sick of myself, all right? I need to shut up. I want to hear somebody else talk out loud. I'm sick of hearing my own voice, all right? 2 more hours and I would fall apart. So, like, even though, like, I'm like, oh, 2 hours, it's forever. It'll go so quick, and I need the 2 hours, to be honest. It's just weird that the people at the stadium are going to have nothing to do for 2 hours. Like, what are you going to do? Just walk around and... There's only one doubles match is happening in this venue right now. One doubles match in the entire Madrid Open is happening right now. I think not, or is it not? Oh no, it is. Yeah, one doubles match is the only thing that's on right now in the whole of the stadium. What do you mean? Like, that's the only thing on the venue is one doubles match on the outside courts. It's crazy schedule. It's good in the afternoon. All the kids will be out from school and maybe attract more youth to the sport. But there's nothing to watch right now. So all the kids are leaving school and being like, well, tennis isn't on. I guess I'll just go home. Well, there's nothing on. There's nothing going on right now in Madrid. It's completely quiet. There's only a doubles match, which everybody would be trying to get to now, which is great for the doubles. What's your schedule for live streaming today? Well, we'll be back in 2 hours to watch the night matches. Fee and Paul was a better match because, I mean, Paul was 6-2 in the third tiebreak and Feast came back to win 8-6. Yeah, true. I mean, the tiebreak was definitely more dramatic. But on clay, this has to be the one, right? I think if we cut it up into clay court, hard court, this has to be the best clay court match we've seen so far. And the men's side. On the women's side, it might be Fernandez, Raducanu, maybe. Anyways, I'm leaving. But we'll be back to watch Sabalenka Baptiste in a couple hours. I started at 7. What time is it now? 2 a.m. So, okay. 7 hours straight. Jesus. All right. But we'll be back in 2 hours to watch more Madrid. Sabalenka world number 1 taking on Baptiste. We're going to find out who is going to play Andreeva, who got through today. And then we'll be back to do it again. And we'll watch Zverev and Menchik as well, if Zverev plays. There's a little bit of a cloud on Zverev's participation. But we'll see. If he plays, he plays. But what a win by Ruud. Saves match points, comes back from the dead in the final set. And it's 6-7, 7-6, 7-6. One of the craziest scorelines you're going to get. Match of the tournament, possibly match of the clay season so far. And unfortunately, Steph, even though it was a massive opportunity to get this win and rise up the rankings, I still think he's back. I think if Steph plays like that against most players, he's going to get them outside the top 10, I would say. But Ruud needed the win too. Defending champion gets through quarterfinals. I'll see you guys in a couple hours.